Peace and blessings. What it do? It's your homie DJ Young Samm, aka Got Damn Samm, and right now you're tuned in to the Old Me Died podcast. Yep, we back with another episode. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're gonna get right into it, man. Let's get it. Today's message, man, we talking about finding the right relationship, man. A lot of the times, man, we look at others for their faults and things that's wrong with them and how we want them to be in order for us to be in a relationship with them. But one thing I learned on my journey, and this is just a journey of just bumping my head from, you know, having different baby mamas to finally finding the love that I feel like I deserve and somebody that actually treat me like I want to be treated, and somebody that's there for me, that's not gonna turn super cold when things get hard, or if we fall into an altercation, they still gonna be there to want to help me. Even if we just got into an argument and they gotta go do something for me afterwards, they still gonna make sure they do it because the love is still there, and we might be having an altercation, but they still know that, hey, I'm fit to be with this person for the rest of my life, so I'm not going to do anything detrimental to them or anything to stop them or hurt them from accomplishing anything because I want to see them win. And that's the mind frame that you got to be in when it comes to a relationship. And most of all, it starts off with a friendship. Like, that's the first thing. You have to learn to develop a friendship when it comes to a relationship. And the friendship does not have to be sexually related. Like, the friendship could start off as just seeing if you can hang with this person, seeing if you can be with this person every day, seeing that, hey, when they go through their bad times, are you able to be around and are y'all able to coincide with each other when things hit the fan? A lot of people, man, they rush into these relationships quickly trying to have sex, quickly trying to exchange soul ties, and that's what sex does. It brings soul ties. So at the end of the day, you want to be careful with who you are mixing yourself with and intertwining the spirits with, because, man, a lot of times we go off of looks and saying, hey, we want to have sex with folks, and then you end up having sex with them and realizing later on down the line they got all this family trauma that they're holding in. A lot of it starts to pour out in the relationship because people could act for a long time, and you'll later find out that, hey, by them not having a certain parent in their life, it really did hinder them, or it really did scar them. So my first thing when it comes to relationship, man, is establish a friendship. But even before that, you want to make sure you got yourself together. A lot of times we get into relationships, we telling the other person, you need to fix this, you need to do this. But we're not looking at, hey, once we turn the focus on ourselves to get ourselves back right, like, first the self-discipline of saying, hey, man, I'm going to hold off on sex right now. I'm going to get to know this person right now. And a lot of men or whatever, a lot of my homeboys, they might be like, man, Sam, you tripping, man. I got to test it out before I get it. But the thing about it, man, you can still test it out, but you can also wait it out because you want to see what you're dealing with. My first thing, I always say, date a woman for a month. Date her for a whole month and see if you can really just hang with her just without even getting nothing in exchange. Just see if this is really a connection. Do a 31-day fast with them and see, okay, if they can contain themselves, you can contain yourself, and both of y'all can have self-control, self-discipline, to where, hey, we're not going to have no sex. We're just going to date each other. We're going to get to know each other very well. And then, later on down the line, if it opens up to that, then, we do that. But at the end of the day, man, you want to make sure you're going into the situation right. You want to make sure you got yourself together, because a lot of times you got people that comes into relationships and they're not even together. They don't even come all the way assembled. You got to damn near put them together. And that's one thing you don't want to be putting on your partner, to where they got to try to fix you or try to make sure you getting yourself healing and make sure that you healing yourself. Like, you need to already come into the relationship saying that, hey, I'm working on myself. I'm trying to be better. I'm not all the way there. But with you, I can see myself still striving, and I can see you helping me build myself up even more. And that's the start of a great foundation to a relationship. You want to make sure you have God in your life. So first things when it comes to relationships, get yourself together first. Make sure you go through the self-healing process. Give yourself some time to figure out what's been going on, what trauma you've been having to deal with, things you don't like about yourself that you need to work on, because we all got things that we feel like we can work on on ourselves, but we'll get in a relationship with other people and start pointing the blame at them or what's wrong with them, but not knowing that if you work on yourself before and while you're in a relationship, the other person can't help but to turn to themselves and fix themselves, because a lot of the times when they get to pointing fingers at you and you start working on yourself, you saying, okay, they pointing these fingers at me, they saying I'm doing this, okay, I need to learn how to stop doing this. And once you start doing that, then their flaws is going to start peeking out, and then they're going to have to do something with themselves. So, man, the main thing is to have a good relationship with God. Make sure you get yourself together first. Give yourself about 31 days. I really would say more, but let's just say in the least, because we're in a new day and age. Give yourself 31 days to just see if you can date this person, see if you can be around this person every day, see them when they go through some of their most hardest times, and see if y'all can still deal with each other. Because a lot of times we go on dates with folks, and I'm going to speak for myself. I'm not going to go on a date with somebody if I'm angry, if I'm sad, if I just had a bad day. Like, I'm not going to want to go out with nobody. So 9 times out of 10, when you take somebody out somewhere to dinner or something, they always in a good mood, or the dinner is going to lift them up when they're in a bad mood or whatever. So you won't get to see the real challenging side of them until you're actually in the relationship. You actually want to say about a year to 2 years, really 6 months in, to where you probably start seeing, hey, they going through certain little things, because we all got problems we go through, but it's about how does this person handle things when adversity comes their way, and will they push you away? Will they behave in ways that you didn't expect? Do they know how to handle situations and how to self-heal and get themselves out of these situations? Do they have mental issues? Do they have mom or dad issues? Like, you got to figure out all these things before you commit yourself into a relationship.